Hi, I'm Ozar, and in this video I want to take a look at the recent NaNoRenO Game Jam. Every year, people from all over the world come together and create short visual novels during just 1 month, in March. And in this video I want to take a look at some of the games that caught my eye. Why don't we start with a story that takes place after the apocalypse, of the last living human on Earth. It was about 8 years ago when BB, our protagonist, has last seen another human. They have been looking for other people ever since. Now, at last, it looks like hope is on the horizon. What will BB find in the destroyed city that lies ahead? After the end is like a choose-your-own-adventure book. You have limited time to explore the city, and depending on your choices, BB will discover different things, and possibly meet a horrible Demis. But it's not actually a pick-your-own-poison story, there are good endings as well. If you enjoy adventure stories, definitely check it out. Now, let's have a look at something of a smaller scale than ending of the whole world. Dragon's Last Flight tells the story of an old dragon slayer on a hunt. He's looking for a dragon which may well be one of the last of these creatures in existence. When he finally faces the dragon, it becomes clear that this is no newfangled lizard, but rather an old dragon lady, which puts up a fight but doesn't look like she wants to fight to the death. What's going on? Hopefully, the full version of Dragon's Last Flight, to be released later this year, will give us more answers. The demo is well written with nice illustrations, and I'm really looking forward to learning more about this unusual duo. The beast from Dragon's Last Flight might be the last living dragon in that world. However, there is an even more rare creature, the one featured in the game Don't Open Your Eyes. In this visual novel, we watch ourselves go to sleep, and as we close our eyes, something or someone enters the room. Being paralyzed, we can only imagine who or what that is, as it starts speaking to us. The game is actually voiced, which is rare for NaNoRenO, and it adds immensely to the experience. The creature seems very lonely, and wants you to describe itself, so you get to paint your own picture of it. It begs you to open your eyes. Will you do that? Is there actually anything, or is it all just your imagination? Play the game and see for yourself. I'm not a big fan of horror, but this game with the writing and the voice acting just got me. Play it at night with headphones and you won't regret it.
That may be so. I am never sure of where I am.
But if you're up for a story which is more creepy than existentially dreadful, check out Rebirth, a short game told entirely through emails and instant messages. It features the unique game mechanics of deleting old emails, which is apparently something that can tip the scales of good and evil. Jane Titer, writer of the game, who also runs the review blog Part-Time Storier, mentions in the notes that she was inspired by a few strange emails she has received herself. By the way, if you ever got spam from a alleged Nigerian prince asking for your bank account, you should definitely check out an older visual novel called Prince of Nigeria. But let's get back to NaNoRenO. So far, all the stories revolved around some dreadful or dangerous situations, and Prison of Lies is no different. It begins like a story from Franz Kafka. It is the last day of the year and 4 prisoners, which were on the death row, are found not guilty. However, there is a quota for executions in the prison, so they have to decide which of them will be executed anyway. They have an hour till midnight, and lie detectors from the warden. How will this turn out? Prison of Lies has a strong presentation to go with its premise. It has nice original soundtrack and a really intriguing, and a bit amusing, game mechanics for the lie detector. The game is mostly linear, but I can only imagine how amazing this could be with a bit more branching and freedom for the player. It's a good game with a twist. I will say no more, just play it and I think you won't regret it. The last game I want to talk about is another psychological story, perhaps even more so than Prison of Lies. Robot Daycare tells about a group of friends who create a robot for a university course. The robot, whose default name is Nano, has the personality and body of a child. What will it learn about humanity? Can its 3 parents overcome their problems and become good friends again? Or will they set a bad example for Nano? I must say I really enjoyed the dialogue in this one. It's witty and the protagonists really feel like people with their own personalities and flaws. The game features two very different routes, and despite the possible bad ending, I find it to be a very positive and uplifting experience. I can really recommend it, even if you're not into robots or science fiction, as that's not what the game is really about. And that's all for today's video. Have you played any of the games, or have you tried to make your own? Share your thoughts in the comments. You'll find links to all the games I talked about down below, and if you like the video, consider subscribing so that you don't miss the next one. And I hope to see you soon. Goodbye.